Government of Inquiry continues to uncover procurement irregularities at the Banjul City Council. This week's hearing placed the spotlight on two businessmen, one of whom was awarded a contract worth over $1.3 million without competitive bidding. Mahmudin brings you the full details.
Musa Dem, the sole proprietor of Dem'S Trading, is under scrutiny before the local government commission of inquiry, following revelations that his company secured a government contract valued at $1,311,300 without going through a competitive bidding process. Dem'S Trading, known for the supply and retail of general goods, was reportedly contacted via email and later awarded the contract by the Banjul City Council. During his testimony, Musa Dem stated that he supplied cocoa and 420 bags of fertilizers to the council. In the contract in question, he delivered 3,000 coconut seedlings, 415 dwarf and 312 varieties, and claimed he offered $10,000 in discount. Dem said the seedlings were sourced from Senegal, citing better quality and availability there in the Gambia. However, the inquiry took a serious turn when Dem admitted to misplacing key documents, including the original invoices and receipts related to the fertilizer supply.
How much did you sell it for?
This is what I said. I cannot remember how much I sell each.
But look at your documents.
No, I don't have it here. I don't have.
Why are your documents?
I don't have the invoice here.
Where's your invoice?
You know, I moved my office, so I lost most of my documents.
Everybody says the same thing.
Yeah, but does it?
You guys have a meeting?
Huh?
You guys have a meeting, some of the contractors?
No.
To say that you have lost your documents?
But they have the file. They have my bid document.
Go and ask them.
When I came here the other time, I saw it.
So you don't recall how much you charge per coconut seed?
Per coconut, I cannot recall.
So this is not a business that you do?
That's
the problem. This is not a business that you do. That you have known all come again? You would have known everything about this business.
For the raising red flags, Dem acknowledged that he was never issued receipt for the 420 bags of fertilizer he delivered. When asked by the lead counsel whether this lack of documentation could enable overcharging public offices without detection, Dem struggled to offer a concrete rebuttal. He also revealed that aside from the contract, he had no prior or subsequent dealings with the Banjul City Council and not met a central figure identified as Ghana during the execution of the project. When pressed on his qualifications to manage such a contract, Dem conceded he lacked formal expertise but claimed his experience was adequate. Also appearing before the commission was Mahmudin Kinte, proprietor of Saro Tree Gardens and a registered ornamental gardener with the Gambia Public Procurement Authority. Kinte testified about two contracts awarded to him by BCC in 2022, one worth $215,000 and the other $300,000. He stated that he was introduced to the opportunity by a friend, Ibufai, after which he submitted a bid and followed the proper procedures. For the $215,000 contract, he was to be paid $180,000 through Trust Bank, split into two checks of $90,000 each. However, the remaining $35,000 was withheld due to a miscalculation in the number of lands delivered.
Mr. Kinte, you said you received 180 in total.
Yes.
But it was divided into two checks, that is 90 each.
90 each, yeah.
So what happened to the rest of the money for the 215?
I don't know, and I'm not informed about it.
Sorry?
I don't know what happened, and I am not informed about it.
No, but you sent a request, or you made an application to provide for a service, and you costed it. Was this 215 not a cost that you sent to BCC?
Yes, you know, as I told you, we had an issue in the procurement process with that figure. So they asked me to supply an amount, which I have not supplied because we didn't understand each other. And I think that is the one that, and what is left is what they put together and they pay me. That is the 180. That means this other part of it was not paid because it was not supplied.
In contrast, the $300,000 contract was awarded without a bidding process, reportedly due to his performance in the earlier contract. Kinte admitted to subcontracting part of the supply, which later led to disagreements. Nevertheless, he received full payment for the second deal, with no tax deduction applied in either transaction. Kinte concluded by stating he had no existing connection within BCC and that all documents were issued by check. Reporting for Eyeafrica News,